Should I, you know what? Since I'm on the Halloween portion, I'll continue with my other Halloween topic that I wanted to discuss. And these are fun little topics, right? Opinion pieces, all right? And this is a question I posted today in Killer Flicks because I like stirring the pot. Not the movie, but which final act of Halloween 6 do you prefer? Do you prefer the producer's cut final act, or do you prefer the theatrical cut final act? And that's a good question because those two final acts are pretty much completely different. Completely different. Okay? The movie goes, it's like the movie, it's almost like a multiverse, you know? You could go two completely different directions. So, I'm just curious to see what most of you say. All right? And I'm not trying to like load the, what I mean by load is make fun of the one that I don't like. I'm going to make it fair, all right? I have only seen the producer's cut, and I didn't like that movie. Holy shit! Are you serious, Evil Resident? You've only seen the producer's cut of Halloween 6. Oh my God. I'm sorry, guys. That's for me. That just blew my mind. That just really blew my mind. Guys, do you want to set him straight or should I? Should he see the theatrical cut of Halloween 6? Should he see the theatrical cut of Halloween 6? Man of Steel, what's up, brother? How you doing? Holy, I need to process this. This is insane to me. You've never seen the theatrical cut of Halloween 6. Well, I can tell you right now, good sir, I think you're in for a treat because it's a completely different third act, and I have a feeling that the reason you don't like Halloween 6 is because of the producer's cut final act. Wow. That's insane. That's insane to me. I didn't even I'm so blown away. I didn't even read your responses. Okay. Theatrical all the way. Gory Tigers has never seen producer's cut. I would recommend checking out the producer's cut. As a matter of fact, I'll talk about the producer's cut here in just a second. All right. And what it means to me. Okay. It is a very important film to me for a specific reason. All right. Halloween 6 theatrical makes no sense. I got it. I understood it. What I said was, which final act do you prefer? The one with this badass orgasmic red lighting and Myers pushing this orderly through these cell bars, and then this badass hospital massacre where Myers is just slaying like a dozen. That guy who just said he's never seen the theatrical cut. This is in the theatrical cut. There is literally a hospital massacre in the final act of the theatrical cut where Myers is like, that scene is scary. It's literally scary. Myers is, because of the, like, you could close your eyes during that scene and you could just absorb the sounds and be like petrified because you just hear all these doctors screaming for their lives while Myers is like stabbing all of them and you see blood like flying everywhere and it's insane. Or you could have the producer's cut where Myers is controlled by a bunch of old senior citizens, and then the way they beat him is they put a bunch of rocks around him. No wonder the guy didn't like the producer's cut. Holy shit. Man. That's the reason they made the theatrical cut, is because when they did test screenings of the producer's cut, it didn't fare so well. And I think that's why, because the final act was just really weak. And so they went in on a weekend, refilmed the entire final act, and I don't even think they had permission. I think they kind of did it covert ops and made that final act for Halloween 6, and then that's the version we got. Yeah, the movie wasn't a hit, but man, when I walked out of Halloween 6, holy shit, that I was just like, wow, that was a fucking movie. And yeah, and Full Shine On, man, I freaking love that song. It always makes me think of Halloween 6, but I remember as the credits were rolling for Halloween 6, that last scene where Loomis is saying, I have some business I need to attend to, and he's just kind of standing there, and then you see the last scene with Loomis or you hear Loomis and the mask, and man, it hit me. I was just like, damn, that's the last time we're going to see Donald Pleasance. That's crazy. So that's why Halloween 6 has such a special place in my heart. The atmosphere, I think, is still to this day unmatched. The atmosphere is so gorgeous in that movie. And I'll even say this about the cinematography. And I think the cinematography, or maybe in post-production, it's a little different, a little more hard-edged in the theatrical cut. Whereas I I don't want to use the word flat. I think it is brighter, and I would say maybe more pleasant looking, more friendly looking in the producer's cut, whereas there's a harder edge to the theatrical cut. And also, Evil Resident, one more thing you need to know about the theatrical cut. There's also differences throughout, like the entire score is completely different. There's more of like a rock score. I'm glad Evil Resident is here because this gives me something to talk about. There's more of like a rock score, and it's like during the scare scenes, I've like still to this day, I've never heard music used this way for scare scenes. You would hear like, I wish like, it's hard to demonstrate, but guys, you know what I'm talking about, right? Myers is about to kill somebody, you know, whoever the subject is. And you hear this. Boom! It's like metal on metal. Am I right on that, guys? It's just like this constant build, this woman screaming, like, you know, where it starts from like the volume at 0, and then it just rises up, and then this explosion of like metal hitting metal. It's the strangest thing, but highly effective, I think. Highly effective. Word unheard. That is your opinion, good sir. I'm offended, though. I'm definitely offended. There's no fucking way in hell that Resurrection is better than Halloween 6. You have got to be kidding me. Jesus. Pass the gravy. That's crazy. I don't even know what that means. Wow. Resurrection is better than Halloween 6? I'm sure, you know what? There's a lot of people that hate Halloween 6. I get it. I get it, okay? By the way, guys, that's the reason I became a Rotten Tomatoes critic, just so I could go on Rotten Tomatoes website, go to Halloween 6 and give it a fresh rating. That is the exact reason I did it. I started this whole journey just so I could become a Rotten Tomatoes critic, so I could go and leave a positive rating for Halloween 6. And you know what I did? I did that, okay? I did that. Matter of fact, somebody actually said when they went to Vudu and they were going to rent Halloween 6, they pulled up Halloween 6, and you know how on Vudu they'll show like the reviews? And I think because mine was the last one, my review like showed up next to like the poster of the movie, my Rotten Tomatoes score, and I was like, yes, yeah, man, Halloween 6 though, yeah, that final. Now, yeah, I was gonna tell you why the producer's cut is important to me though, okay, and then I'll close out the Halloween talk with this, all right, and yes, I will clip this out, okay, because I'm a whore, but the producer's cut was my holy grail of home video releases. It never, ever should have happened. You know, I wanted it to happen, but the fact that it did happen and the quality of the release that we got, the print, was nothing short of a miracle. A miracle. And this is why I will always hold Shout Factory up on high. You know? God graced them with every ounce of gold and honey that you possibly can. Shout Factory, because how they made that happen is crazy. I mean, the fact that they found somebody that had an interpositive reel of Halloween 6 is insane. Is insane. The producer's cut. But the producer's cut, the history of it was there was you know, for years after the first the theatrical cut came out, a few years later, a bootleg of the producer's cut surfaced. And there were different versions of the bootleg that you could get. Some of them had like all these special features. And this was on a VHS. I bought that VHS on eBay back in the day. I think I paid like, I want to say like 20, 30 bucks for it or something like that. The quality was really bad and dark. Just really dark, so you couldn't really make out what was going on. But I used to watch that thing all the time. But the quality was so bad that when I finally got the actual release of the producer's cut in glorious HD Blu-ray, it was like a different movie. I didn't remember the plot of that movie. And I was just like, it's funny, I waited 19 years for this movie. And then I get it. And then I'm like, I much prefer the theatrical cut. It took me getting it in that quality to finally realize that I preferred the theatrical cut. Now, the producer's cut does have some nice scenes that aren't in the theatrical cut, some character moments, which were really cool to see for the first time. Because remember, guys, I mean, most of us, we saw just the theatrical cut for 19 years. So it was nice to see. It looked like a brand new movie with all these different scenes. It was really, really cool. So, yeah, God bless the freaking producer's cut for finally being released. Yeah, it might not be, you know, in my top 8, 9 of the Halloween franchise. Now, the theatrical cut is firmly sitting, I think, right now at number 3 or 4 in my ranking. Okay, and it usually teeters around there, but the producer's cut, it's usually kind of way back there. You know. But I'm glad I own it. I'm glad I own Resurrection, and I don't like the movie, but I'm glad I own it. Right? What's up, guys? You are at the end of the DD Live clip. What I do is I like to clip these out if I think the topic is important or something that's newsworthy. So thank you for watching, and if you want to watch more, you can go over here. You can go over here. Click on one of those. And yeah, hopefully I can do this for 20 seconds, which I think I did. Okay, so yeah, thanks for watching, guys.